Hey guys, here's the first real update on the mini bike project I posted about like a week ago or a week and a half ago or whatever. I haven't been able to confirm the make of this bike. I think it's like an Arco or something similar just based on what I found on Google. It's not a Sears like I was told, but if you may notice, it looks quite a bit different than last time. Excuse me. It had a 4 horsepower Tecumseh on it, and I had lots of ignition timing problems, sorry, with that motor. And honestly, I just kind of gave it up because it's only a 4 horse, and I'm 350 pounds. So what I ended up picking up for pretty cheap was this Briggs. It's an 850 series, so it's rated at that much torque. I don't know how many horsepower that is, doesn't really matter. And this has been a fight so far because it's almost like they don't want you setting these up to run like this. They want them to be run as an industrial engine or whatever, or agricultural, whatever you want to call it, to where you just set the RPM and let the governor do its magic. And this I finally figured out just a little bit ago how to get this right. So I added this spring for return. I don't even know if I needed it, but I found out I needed this one, so I just put them both on there for redundancy purposes. I moved this spring from the third setting to the last one, and this is bent over a little bit. I don't know how much that really did, but now it actually has some sort of throttle response, and and I just got one of these cheap setups from Amazon. It's just got the little thingy right there, but you rock it all the way back, and it works. It actually starts hitting the rev limit, well, the governor, like right there. So I'm probably gonna do a governor delete, but not until I get brakes on this thing because I know I'm gonna wreck it if I go too fast. Also, I'm not really used to a bike this size, and this is pretty much the setup. I also had to disconnect the kill switch because in this position, like right here is fine, that's idle, but all the way down is the kill. So what I did was I just disconnected that wire, used one of these T-taps, went to that, and then grounded out the other wire coming from this switch. And this is run, this is stop. This brake lever doesn't do anything yet. I'm probably going to eventually use that for a scrub brake when I build that, but I need some time and space to get to the welder for that because it's 220 only. And yeah, that's what I got so far. Basically, this is actually off that Tecumseh. I found out, really this is all I needed anyway. The tank that was on here was monster, and you wouldn't have been able to fuel it up that way. The muffler shield barely fit like it was meant to be. Also, here's your suspension, if you want to call it that. It's literally just like an old valve spring or something. That's been the other challenge. I lost the screws for this, but I found out a quarter 28 screw set screws work for this. It's just I think it's like a 10 or 12 tooth, but it's a number 35 clutch. It's like 20 bucks on Amazon. I was just literally guessing that this was 35 for a 35 chain. I got this new chain for it. I was gonna finish this and ride it tonight, but it's completely dark, and found out that somehow my engine scooted that way a quarter inch on its own. So I'm just gonna do it like tomorrow or something. But yeah, the chain runs inside, and through there, kind of looks like it used to hit this. There's no brakes or anything on this thing for some reason, but I'm gonna change that. I'm just gonna add a brake that will have like a pivot point here, and it might have to cut away some of the fender. It's not worth anything anyway, and it'll just kind of push into it, or maybe the other way so it doesn't catch it and explode or something. These tires are actually, I think they're good. They have a little wind in them, but I need to air them up. Yeah, well, especially when I sit on it, they really squat down. But this is where it's at. This motor actually does run. I guess I don't really need to prove it. Just look how new it is. That's actually an '08 model, but I put a new carburetor on it, and the air filter I think was new. Um, well, actually, I had this motor, then I sold it to a friend, bought it back, so the service history is kind of spotty on it. Another thing about these axles, that's like just basically like a 5/8 bolt. So I'll turn this back around here. and I screwed this up. I didn't realize, but there was a cotter pin in here, and I took it out. Well, if you tighten this too much, the wheel doesn't spin. So this is like 200% gonna back out on me and make me wreck or something if I don't put a pin back in there. So I need to get a set of those pins to do that. Yeah, but if you got any more questions on this throttle setup, because I know there isn't a lot on it for some reason, um, hopefully this will be a pretty good image. There's what I was talking about. That last one is a notch that I cut, but it didn't work. So that last one seems to work okay, to where I can get the most RPMs and actually get it to, the throttle to work. And yeah, so hopefully in the next couple days I'll have this thing on the on the streets in Mexico. It's not street legal, but yeah, this is the way it's going now, and so far so good. It was kind of a big hurdle getting over this throttle thing, and also getting the clutch and chain figured out because I didn't have any of that stuff except for that sprocket. And switching to that motor, of course, more problems. So yeah, just ask if you want to see anything else, and I'll try to answer questions. I don't know anything about it either. So hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned, and thanks for watching.